guys, Geneva here. How are you? For today's video, we're going to react to the Wheel of Time finally. By the way, I thank you so much for waiting because I know it has been like 2-3 weeks. So, and also, there's a lot of requests for the Game of Thrones, and people have been texting, commenting and reaching out to me on Instagram just to remind me they're coming. They're definitely coming. It's been quite busy lately, just because I started studying again. So I've been studying. I've been very busy. So, and also many shows have come out. So those that have had priority. But for today's video, it's gonna be episode 7, and I'm intending on posting Wheel of Time for the entire week. So because I think there's 8 episodes, so we're almost done. So the last episodes, so we're gonna be posting all those during the week. So that will be the biggest surprise for you guys because I know some people have been waiting for it. So I'm just posting them out the same week. So it's gonna be a Wheel of Time week. I'm really excited. We talked about one of the best characters and my favorite characters in that show that's leaving, or that's actually left the show for personal reasons. So I was quite heartbroken when I learned that because I thought I will see him again, but apparently the last episode was the last episode that we saw him. By the way, if you haven't seen my previous reactions, I'm referring to Matt. Matt was my favorite character. I thought he was dark, but at the same time he was very comical, and he brought a lot of humor to the show, and I'm so unhappy that we're gonna lose that. I thought that he was going to be reunited with the group at one point, but it seems like he won't be at this point. That's a way to get him out of the show. So yeah, so I was kind of disappointed when I learned that. I thought I would see him again in this episode, but apparently it might not happen. But yeah, let's get into it. I'm pretty excited. Who is she? Oh my god. She's pregnant. Thanos. She's the mother of the dragon, maybe? Of the future dragon. Like, how can a pregnant woman... Poor woman. That I'm in shock, it's an understatement. I would presume that that's the mother of one of those people, like one of the people in the group, and maybe and that baby is the dragon. Maybe. Just saying. Just saying. This is an hypothesis because honestly, they would have not shown that scene unless it's something related to the events. That's what's happening now, and one of the main characters. So I would presume it must have that kind of relevance, but I have no idea what that character was. I don't remember her from the previous episode, so it was some type of flashback or memory from the past, and to explain something that would happen in the episode. And it was quite shocking, and honestly it was the feminism at work. Obviously no pregnant woman will be able to do that. I've never seen something like this. The baby probably would have not survived. Like something like that would have had complications, so it's not very realistic. But this show, it's metaphysical, supernatural. It has all these elements, so I'm not expecting that from this show. So it was quite surprising, and it was it was really good. It was really good. I loved the scene. I couldn't keep my eyes off it, and that was the point. I think they wanted to keep you on your toes and then kind of shock you. It had so much shock value. This woman that was pregnant, especially when she got stabbed, it's hard to imagine. It was terrible, but at the same time was so poetic, and hopefully I would presume she did give birth, because, and the thing I was confused about, that soldier didn't kill her immediately. So they were stabbing her, like they wanted to kill her, but for some reason that soldier waited or hesitated. He didn't kill her on the spot. So I don't see the necessity, because she got injured so badly that I would presume she's gonna die after birth. If not, like, I would presume she did give birth, because I think, like I said, it's connected with one of the people in the group. But yes, I would presume she died right afterwards, of course, from the loss of the blood and the wound that she had sustained. So that was quite impressive. Quite impressive. What an opening. This show is so good at the opening and the end scenes. Like, it's very good at capturing your attention, and they're really keeping you interested until the end. They're just very talented. Like, whoever directed this episode, but also the other episodes, those are the main features. Like, the opening and the ending scenes are just the scenes that I mostly remember. It's crazy.
What if it is, man?
Come on.
Oh, I don't think so.
What?
Well, it can be, of course.
Well, it
So
can
we
be
already
him.
know. He got out of the show, so it can't be. It's to be one of them.
You've never thought much of him, have you?
Rand.
You never gave him a chance. You never really got to know him. If you had, then you'd know how hard he's had it, how he fights to get by. He doesn't have much. What he does have, he gives to his friends, to his sisters, to us.
All right, he left us, Rand. You saw his face just the same as I did.
Gonna happen, right? Like, the relationships are really strong in this show, so of course some conflicts are going to arise, and we have been seeing it from other point of views, from other characters, but from within the group I have not really seen that conflict yet. So now it's starting to be noticed. So usually it was outside of the group and Moraine. So but now we see that the group is shrinking. So now there's more tension. There's more tension because I think we're getting to a solution. We're getting to the answers. What the hell? Is that a proposal? Oh, Gigi. Yay. I've been saying that I've been catching this type of, chemistry between them. Okay, are we gonna learn who the dragon is, or have to wait until the last episode? I think what happened. Wow. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
I'll get you there.
I got chills.
Carrie? Carrie, it was so hot. I didn't mean to find her there, but I had to get away. Up the mountain, into the snow. He was crying.
Dad,
He was so tiny.
what are you talking about?
Oh, it's him. It's him. You were so tiny.
That door is made of iron and 3 men your size couldn't break it down.
That mountain. I think I've seen it before.
Oh, it was him.
It's you. You've
how-
always known it's you. Deep down,
No matter how fast or how
Deep down, it's you.
cannot escape your fate.
I knew it
The
was him.
dragon reborn. You are
You.
the dragon reborn.
I was right. That scene was quite powerful, very, very, very sad. And also, I wanted to say that it reminds me of Snow White for some reason. Like, it really did remind me of Snow White and her story, which was absolutely dramatic. It was it was a tragedy more so than a fairy tale, you know? Her birth was not a fairy tale, so. Actually, Snow White, I'm like digressing over here, but it's one of the, like, the least fairy tale stories that Disney has ever produced, because I think it's very sad. It's very sad. I always found Snow White to be very sad. I was very traumatized as a child watching it. Come on, you gotta tell her. Because she hasn't figured it out, so you might as well tell her. Oh,
What happened?
what happened?
It's me.
Okay. The episode has ended and it was beautiful. It was good. It was a good episode. I really liked it. I love the fact that we learned a little bit more about the characters, the dynamics, the conflicts, and also the story of Rand. Like, oh my god. Rand's story was beautiful, so tragic. I mean, it was beautiful. So no complaints, really. Was a perfect episode despite the absence of Matt, and I think they did a good job in trying to explain it as much as possible. It just did, like, the way it cut the last episode, I didn't really think anything of it initially. I thought he would be reunited. It was just a momentary separation again. But on the other hand, then I saw in the comments and that he will never come back. I mean, that he will come back, but not the actor, and possibly not. I will not see him for the rest of this season or in the season finale. And I was quite heartbroken because he was my favorite character. I want to see him back. So hopefully in season 2 we will see him again. It will be a different actor, I presume. So, and I feel like this episode was good despite of that, and I missed his humor, but it was perfect. Also the way they were talking about him, and yes, I think they made his departure very credible. They did a really good job because it was not just a moment he's there, a moment later he's not. It would make sense. It kind of was explained. He did not just disappear from the storyline. He was there, not in physical form, but in the thought process of these people, and they were thinking of it. They were talking about him. So I thought that was genius. That was a good way to kind of get him off get him off the screen. Just because, like I said, the actor seemed that he wanted to leave for personal reasons, which no one knows. It was just something that. It's speculation. It's speculation at this point. We don't really know what happened. I actually did some research and see what possible. There's some reasons that, like I said, that were told in the media, but we don't really know. So anyway, this episode was great. I think it's one of my favorite episodes. I must say, if not the best, it's one of my favorites. Excellent. I love that. And finally, we found out who the dragon is. Finally, I was calling for it. I've been saying it. I thought it was Brandon, and finally we had a confirmation because everything was leading to him. But on the other hand, there's some episode it made me feel less comfortable and secure about my choice that was the dragon. Another episode I was very certain. So the show did a really good job at making you think that he was the dragon, then kind of dissuading he's not. Because like I said, he didn't show powers, he didn't show any capacities, capabilities. So I was thinking, okay, he's keeping them inside, he's the only one that doesn't have them. How can he be the dragon? Maybe that's why he is the dragon, he's keeping it inside. And especially I think what revealed it all was the vision of the bat that he had it coming out of himself, and of course that made me think of Dracula. I don't know, have you ever seen the movie? It's a Dracula, but I think a Dracula story retold with Luke Evans, I believe. Anyway, he was associated with bats. He was not just associated with dragons. He was associated with bats because his body was dissolving into these bats. Because I always thought that Dracula was associated with the dragon. That's it. I didn't really associate it with the bat. But in that movie, they did when he transforms himself. He transforms himself into bats. So immediately when I thought of that, I thought the similarity and as the correlation between a dragon and the bat, and he was vomiting it out, almost like that it's something inside of him that was coming out, that he was concealing it within, but it was slowly coming out to the surface, basically. So yes, it was a nice confirmation. And also I thought the revelation was very well done. And yes, I'm quite satisfied with this episode. Really beautiful. I would like to know your thoughts. I know you guys were waiting for me to react to this episode, so I'm glad that we are finally watching it together, or rewatching it together. You know, you guys were watching it with me. So let me know what you guys thought of this. I would like to know that in the comments. So let me know, and see you guys in a little bit. Well, for you guys is in a couple of days, but for me in a little bit, because I'm going to finish watching this show tonight. That's it. I'm not getting out of here until I watch this show. See you guys next time. Bye.